ladies.
What is a very rainy, overcast evening here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. What better place you would rather be than inside the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley as we continue our live coverage of the 2017 GoBowling.com PWBA Players Championship. You're watching qualifying round number 2, game number 1, along with Matt Cannizzaro. My name is Emil Williams Jr. Welcome you to Bowl TV on Extra Frame. Round 1 leader, Esther Chia from Malaysia. They're doing work. And leading the way after 6 games at 13:43 for 6. Plus 143, Kelly Kulik not too far behind at plus 134. Lindsey Boomershine in third at plus 125. Lee Jane Sin at plus 119 in fourth. And C.T. Rockman in fifth at plus 95. Rest of your top 10 looks like this. Jody Westner in 6th place. plus 84. Clara Guerrero, your defending champion, is in 7th at plus 77. Amanda Green is in 8th at plus 76. Karen Marcano is tied for 9th with Shaidatul Midi at plus 72. Cut to match play. Of course, after 18 games of qualifying, that is where we will go. Is plus 20 at the moment. That is Deandra Asbady. Your cut to cash. The top 32 is Aaron McCarthy at minus 34. After tonight's round, we'll have an additional round of qualifying tomorrow morning before moving on to the top 18 for match play. On our featured pairs this evening as we begin things here, Missy Parkin, Jen Higgins, and Sabrina Divis, 35 and 36. Then on 37 and 38, Shannon O'Keefe, Tanya Rao-Mimper, Samantha Kelly, and Debbie Ayers. To our left, Samantha Shaden, Gabby Mayfield, and Danielle McEwen. Pair to our right of 37 and 38, Ashley Galante, Stephanie Martins, and Ali Ijams. For all of the pairs, of course, to check them out, you can follow along via the live scoring link located pwba.com/live. There you will find, of course, not only all of the results you need, round one, information in regards to the roster, the pairings, and everything else. But of course, the live scoring link is there also. Check that out. Again, pwba.com/live. Early open frame there for Rao-Mimper. She chops the 5 off the 2-4-5. Appreciate everyone tuning in here this evening. And unlike normal standard events, you started a day earlier. Although we will bowl 12 qualifying games, we'll have an additional round of qualifying tomorrow. So tonight essentially will not end qualifying as a normal standard event. That would be the case in that regard. A shot there from Jen Higgins opening things up. First strike for Jen. It comes in the 4th frame. Be sure to follow the PWBA on social media if you haven't already. Busy week lots of news, notes, and photographs along with some video. Lane condition is unknown. We've had 6 games to kind of take a look. My best opinions would be from the look. Now this is not, this is, yeah, and somewhat generic. In comparison to previous weeks on tour, it looks very playable. Multiple opportunities to get to the pocket. At least the 1-3. Haven't seen too many lefties. We saw Shannon Puhowski earlier. Kind of playing inside a little bit as a left-hander. We saw some begin going left to right. We see here, we saw some players kind of playing outside earlier in the block on the fresh as well.
Looks like here in our second block, some of the players, most of the players, migrating a little bit left to start and getting that ball around 9-10 at the break point. So the old rule of 31. Subtract 31 from the length of the pattern. That's about where you want your break point to be. Based on that, we could be looking at a 40-foot pattern. Not a perfect science by any means. We saw some big scores early out of some players on the last block. And then they struggled. And we saw others get out to a slow start and then have a couple big games. So a little bit of a roller coaster. And when it was all done, it was Esther Chia on top of the standings at plus 143. Kelly Kulik, one of the players, slow out of the gate, 188, 185, before following that up with 279 and 267. She closed out with 224 to get to 134 over. Lindsay Boomershine started big, struggled, then had 2 big games to put herself up top early. She is close behind, as Emil mentioned, at plus 125. And of course, hard to deny the talent and success of the Malaysian players. Right now, 4 of them, 4 out of 6, among the top 10 here at the Players' Championship. Lee Jane Sin already with 2 TV shows, so she'll be busy on Sunday for sure, looking to add a 3rd. But a very talented group top to bottom. trying to make headlines here in Green Bay before skipping town. Running through.
Not a skip either for them.
No. But running through, making some noise, and then heading back to Malaysia. They're actually hosting the Southeast Asia Games, I believe is what Lee Jane said yesterday.
They are the host this year.
So of course you do your country proud regardless, but when it's on your home soil, a little bit extra motivation and pressure. We saw a similar situation with our friends from Singapore. Came in, bowled well, and then headed back to train for that event. Nice international representation this week once again. 13 different countries and 21 international players. So Colombia always well represented here. All these players looking forward to the combined world championships coming up at the end of November. So we'll see many of them back on U.S. soil. That'll be at the South Point Bowling Plaza in Las Vegas. So season ends Labor Day weekend, first weekend of September with the Tour Championship. I'm sure those that live out of the country will head home and start getting ready for the World Championship. So really this year, it's a year-round thing. Women's bowling.
Which is fantastic news, by the way. As it should be. Pretty good shot there from Sabrina Divis. Shannon O'Keefe clean through 6. She's got a double on 37 and 38. Samantha Kelly about to step up on 37, looking for a double.
So Emil, we've got some long days here for the PWBA competitors. Just by design, the opportunity to maintain real jobs at home and then come out and compete for a couple days. Generally, as you mentioned, competition Fridays and Saturdays. That means they can travel Sunday, get home for work Monday. Some choose to come out Thursday. There's an unofficial practice session and a regular practice session before 12 games of competition on Friday, so that can make for a super long day. But caught up with Liz Johnson earlier to kind of talk about that, and this week format a little bit different with the extra day of qualifying, but still you're looking at 12 games today. And asked her, what does it take, as you're grinding along here and trying to maintain your energy through 12 games, and especially on a challenging condition where it's testing you mentally. Got to throw a lot of two-shot frames, make a lot of spares, and her go-to. I don't want to give away all of her secrets, but her go-to is the Starbucks first thing in the morning there. Get her going, and then she's made a quick stop at the GNC for some high-protein energy bars. It was a cake bite today was what it was called, and you'll see every player has their own little regimen. What does it take? Exercise some. I've seen go run a mile on the treadmill between blocks or whatever just to keep the blood flowing, and a lot of exercisers out here, a lot of stretching going on between blocks. They are athletes by every stretch of the imagination. For the Team USA ladies traveling, spending time with them, the Spark and the different types of energy supplements to keep things going there. Everybody's got their tricks and seems to be working. This week we're going to have 2 super long days for at least 18 of the players. 12 games today, 6 more tomorrow before we cut and start match play. Now here we are, the day rolling on into the evening now, and 10th frame. Our first game of our afternoon block. Some pretty good scores here on our featured pairs. Don't want to jinx it, but here on 35 and 6, 3 clean games going, so very important. Players have shot a lot of spares over the first half of this season. And at some events, doing so and grinding along will get you there. Get you into the cash spot for sure. Top 32 guaranteed every week. That's pretty awesome.
I'll take it.
This week, 67 players, 32 will cash, so just about 1 in 2. Half of the players gonna take home some pretty good prize money. It's not a little bit of change either.
A little bit of shine. A little bit of change.
After our first block today, a little bit of change number. 32nd place, Erin McCarthy at minus 34. She's gonna find her way into the cut number. It's plus 20. It's not a huge difference. That number, that spot right now occupied by Deandra Ashwaubenon, riding the momentum of qualifying for her first TV show. We're going to add to her list of victories. 2012 USBC Queens Champ, back on TV. She said yesterday, "I feel like I'm relevant again." Deandra, of course, focusing on the family and various bowling-related businesses and opportunities, but it's been working extra hard this season to get in shape and get ready and get the reps in. And it's paying off.
No doubt about it. She's said, she was certainly, that's the family life is certainly what she chose, because she had essentially done what the players are doing now. Those who are kind of just new to the tour, recent college graduates, in the bowling center every day, every night. She did that. And, undoubtedly, if there was no hiatus of the tour, she would have been on it, they had several titles at this point, and the fact of relevancy wouldn't even be in question or in play at this point. But she did a lot of her damage internationally, representing Team USA. When those opportunities, of course, arose, and obviously winning the Queens in 2012. It's good for her, good for the family. That makes the TV show essentially with Matt and Jersey in attendance made it all the better.
Yeah, kind of a short drive for the family. The Ashwaubenons will be headed our way as Beatty's going to head our way Sunday, along with countless others, for the 4 TV shows that are going to take place here at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley. Be a busy day, kicking off with the live stepladder finals of this event, the Players Championship, at noon Eastern.
All done on 35 and 36. It's a tale of getting the 10-pin out for Misty Parkin. So you have a ton to deal with. 198, 215 for Sabrina Davis, 193. For Jen Higgins. All right, next group of players headed our way. Here on 35 and 36 is going to be tour champion Alicia Current, international sensation of yesteryear now, Shalyn Zulkifli, and we're joined by Katie Sudfin as well. Shalyn visited us about a decade ago for some U.S. Women's Open action. Did a couple TV shows, and I believe she retired officially. She was pretty much the poster lady for Malaysian bowling for the longest time. Tons of great accomplishments. And now here she is back in action. Nice break there for Alicia. Runner-up at the 2011 USBC Queens, and picked up her first PWBA Tour title, the first event of the relaunch tour back in 2015. Nice way to start things off and pick up a little pocket change to maintain the career for a couple of years. Other pair finishing up now. O'Keefe 198, Rumenberg 178. Samantha Kelly can get to 185, and Debbie Ayers 205. That pair has 4 players on it, compared to 3 the rest of the way. You can see Brittany Himmelreich, defending champion Clara Guerrero, and Sarah Minch on 37 and 38. Crowd on hand here at the Ashwaubenon. Folks, if you have any cool comments, of course, questions, as always, feel free to drop us a comment. Feel free to utilize our swag bag post on Facebook and or Twitter in regards to the swag bag post I'm referring to. It's Kelly Kulick and Liz Johnson receiving their Road to Richmond swag bag. What that is, as you'll take a look at the photo, each player who ultimately will be invited to the Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship, one of two ways: winning a title this season and or of course earning enough competition points, which for those who haven't won a title won't really know, of course, until we get toward the end of the season. But nonetheless, cool, almost a golden ticket type. The bag itself embroidered with the Smithfield Tour Championship logo, as well as the player's last name. Sorry about that, folks. Got calling to wait here to answer some questions. This is game 2. Change that for you. But finishing up the swag bag course story, the golden ticket, there's a racing towel with the Smithfield Tour Championship logo, T-shirt, and a charm bracelet as well. All inside the bag. The bag itself, I mean, pretty dope. We posted some pictures of it last week on Facebook, June 10th. If you'd like to check that out, just go to the PWBA Facebook page, click photos, and then scroll down. So Kelly Kulick and Liz Johnson officially the road to Richmond, as well as Rocio Restrepo and Diana Zabyalova. DZ first to be invited after her win at the Queens. Rocio was second. Her win at the Cubica AMF Sonoma County Open. Liz Johnson at the Storm Sacramento Open, and Kelly Kulick at the Fountain Valley Open. Folks, I've got this thing that I do. I'm not really sure what to call it, what it is, but I tend to sing a lot. And those who know me very well know I do this all the time, just randomly break out into song. Even had to tell anyone, well, first of all, I had to tell everyone at the office, right, that I do this. So they're used to it. So I could be at my desk area and just breaking into 2-3 songs, mix them together, yada, yada. And a lot of times, again, it happens kind of naturally, just boom. And then oftentimes, if I hear a word, hear a sentence, hear a phrase, it may trigger, in many cases for me, a movie line, a movie quote. Wow. Alicia Curran just throwing wood. How about that? And so there's a song, I can't remember what it is or what it was. I feel like it's Sheila E., but it's in my head now. I think they played it during practice. And I had to remember that I'm on headset. Or else I would just normally just start singing it, but no one wants to hear that. But it's all in my head right now. Sorry. Do-do-do-do-do-do. All right, Rocio Restrepo with 5 in a row to our left. Sarah Minch with 5 in a row on one of our featured pairs. Saw a couple of 270 games. I think during game 1 of round 1. One from Jody Westner. She shot 278, and the other was Shaidal Hamidi. She shot 279. We look at our game 1 update after here in round 2, 7 games overall. A shot there from Zulkifli. Kelly Kulik now on top the leaderboard at plus 170. Esther Chia at plus 154. Shaidal Hamidi at plus 126. Lindsay Boomershine in 4th, plus 117. Lee Jane Sin at plus 115, excuse me. Clara Guerrero is in 6th at plus 112. 7th, Jody Westner, plus 105. In 8th is Liz Culkin, plus 95. Amanda Green is 9th at plus 94. CT Rockman is in 10th at plus 85. And Natasha Roslin, along with Shalyn Zulkifli in 11th at plus 57. Rocio Restrepo is in 13th at plus 47. Brianna Cote, 14th at plus 39. Karen Marcano, 15th at plus 33 from Venezuela. 16th is Sabrina Divis at plus 30. 17th, Alicia Current at plus 27. Deandra Asbeatty in 18th at plus 15. That is your match play cut. Cut for cash to top 32 is minus 49, and that is Linda Barnes. Strepo now with 6 in a row. Spare, 6-bagger after 8 frames. Saw the 245 conversion from Sarah Minch. She'll be up momentarily on lane 38. 6 o'clock Central Time. Pin for Shalyn. I'll tell you, my list of travel places, kind of that bucket list essentials, continues to grow. Already had a few places. Countries represented, for example, on the PWBA tour is Restrepo now with 7 in a row. Speaking of 270 games, she could have one as she prepares for the 10th frame. Malaysia's on my list now, as is Singapore. Because honestly, all the players represented who have represented those countries or currently are representing those countries, if everyone there is as cool as everyone from Singapore who have bowled here on tour and everyone from Malaysia who has bowled here, the places have got to be fantastic. Had Verity Crawley on a little bit ago. A couple events ago, I believe in Lincoln, group step ladder. Talked about her area and growing up in England. Very nice game, 234 for Zulkifli. Minch with a strike in the ninth. Here is Guerrero looking for 3 in a row. Very good shot from Clara. Clara was so popular yesterday, and rightfully so, as the defending champion of PWBA Tour's second major of the season. Appreciate Clara being available essentially all day. Started with Local 5 Live. I talked with her during a couple of live segments on TV. And some CBS Sports elements. Then NBC 26 stopped by, actually Fox 11. Then NBC 26, they actually came during the Pro-Am. Got to cover that a little bit. Talk with some of the players as well as some fans getting their interaction with the players as well. Really good day yesterday. Nice ending shot there for KD Sutphin. KD within striking range at the moment of the cashing spot. Now down to -70. Not too shabby, of course. 18th, just +15. So some opportunity still there. We've got several more games, including 6 more completely tomorrow. Restrepo's run ends on the 11th shot. She did strike a first shot in the 10th, so 8 there. +2, oh, excuse me, not +266, not yet. 266 for Rocio in game 8 overall here. That's a pretty good game. That will certainly get the job done. Sarah Minch, 245. She will shoot 233. Nice game for her as well, within the capture spot at the moment. That's a big game for former Grandview University product. Now Clara Guerrero, 206 for Brittany Himmelreich. And a good look at Clara. She's got the platform to herself. The Colombian trips a 4-pin forward. 4 in a row for Clara Juliana. 2-time World Cup winner, won it back-to-back. Now Pluhowski, Plus 16, stepping up, one of the best bowlers in the world. Starts out with a trip 6-7.
I got a secret for you, Mr. Williams.
Uh-oh. Look out.
Straight from Shani Plahaski's mouth to my ears to the world through this microphone.
Okay. Inside knowledge.
Inside knowledge. She said she did not bowl last week in Detroit. Right? Does that sound right? Maybe?
That is,
Okay, well, she said the last time, she said last week, so I assume that it was Detroit, but either way.
No, she bowled last week.
She said
She definitely bowled.
that while she wasn't bowling, she was at home, she did tune in and watch Extra Frame to see how things were going and enjoy the sweet sounds of Emil Williams Jr. So, because her initial question to start that was, how many people are watching? And I said, well, we don't really know on Extra Frame. We don't have a counter like we do on Bowl TV, but you know, we get the reports occasionally from Dave Schroeder, right?
Yeah.
And so we kind of have an idea.
We do get them, but just not
right away.
Right.
So we don't know at this time how many people are watching. I said the best way to find out who's watching is for things to not go right, for something not to work or the live stream not to go on, the internet to go out, because you can base it on how many people call the bowling center or tweet or send text messages. What's going on? So, but she did make a good point that the viewership must be pretty good if we're still doing it. And but just wanted to add in that she does watch and does enjoy the coverage when she is not competing.
How about
So, you have a fan out there.
one fan?
Hey,
You gotta start somewhere.
it's better than zero. It's a good start to the fan base.
She definitely bowled last week.
Okay, well then, whatever week. I know she missed.
I think it was Found Valley.
She
Actually.
always misses one, and that was it. I mean, unless her weeks are running together, but she misses one for a big youth event back in Ohio at her center.
It was the event you were at.
That was the event I was at. So I did not see her. I saw her sister.
That was it, actually. In fact, maybe she didn't know that Tiffany said this, which is her sister. She did show me a text message ultimately describing basically what you just said. I think that's right. Nonetheless, very thankful.
Yes, the whole Fluhowski family, actually. They could, her aunt is here this week. Her dad is here this week watching young Autumn. Megan Kelly bowling this week as well, and different ends of the center, so Autumn able to run back and forth, get the energy out.
I tell you, I would many days I would be happy to get some of the Autumn energy. She's able to just keep going.
A family environment here at the PWBA. We mentioned earlier the husbands and boyfriends, significant others, and supporters, and
Real husbands of the PWBA Tour.
we got the children as well. Autumn and Madden Asbady is here doing the ball transportation duties for Deandra. Autumn's a little too small for lugging a 3-ball tote around, but it's not too far down the road.
I tell you what, though, I don't remember what event it was, but Autumn is now the proud owner, if I'm not mistaken, of at the very least a 1-ball bag and, of course, ball included. It's almost time for her to hit the lanes.
I feel like it was in this venue at the Senior Masters. After they got done, the bowling center was closed. They do that here. It's shut down basically for the week for the event. No open bowling or parties or cosmic bowling or anything. But at that event, Parker Bone was there with his family and his kids. Walter Ray had his daughter as well. And this is a couple of years ago now. At might have been 2015, I believe. And so all the kids, as soon as qualifying was over, went out, grabbed a pair of lanes, and we were doing our thing here and cleaning up and writing the story, and the kids were just going to town, bowling and bowling and bowling and bowling and carrying on this family legacy. So pretty soon, it's going to be happening here. The next generation of the PWBA Tour in the works. Then the future of live streaming. Got EW3 coming along. You almost didn't laugh there. But for those of you who don't know, Emil Williams Jr.
Oh, man.
will be sitting out the final event of the PWBA Tour season, the Tour Championship in Richmond, Virginia.
That's just great.
He'll be getting married that weekend. So just celebrated his birthday this week.
Oh,
And
man.
now doing the wedding thing coming up Labor Day weekend, right?
Yeah.
So right around the corner, and wanted a week off. Was said, you know what? I will have done 12 events to that point. I need a rest, so scheduled his wedding during the final event of the tour season.
Yeah, that really wasn't intentional. It was more of a, hey, this sounds like a good weekend. Because someone actually we knew did that a few years back, and it was, oh, that was great. You know, it was on a Sunday, and you know, you're off on Monday. People can travel. There's no rush, essentially. And then, of course, as the season's going on, then you realize Tour Championship is in September. Then you go, oh, is it going to be at this time next year? Then there you have it. It's too late by then. So. Whoops.
Well, if I am the one selected to attend that event in Richmond on your behalf, I'm sure there will only be like, well, since there's only 16 competitors, the number of people asking where you are will be significantly lower than at a standard event or a huge major like the Queens or the US Open, where there's hundreds of competitors. So. Oh, you're here. Where's Emil this week? Oh, we know. Getting married.
How about that?
Anyway, back to the action here.
Maybe you could make both.
I've been checking the mailbox, and I haven't seen an invitation, save the date, come to my wedding, buy me a present, nothing. So I said, you know what? I'll just volunteer for the Tour Championship. That way I'd be like, if it ever happens, the invite comes. Then, I can't go. I got to work that day. Tell your boss you can't be there. Well, somebody else already did that, so. Bring in the B team.
Double there for Verity crossing over.
Pretty talented group we have here on our featured pairs. You already mentioned Plahowski. Still knocking on the door here of the revived PWBA Tour. Jody Golick, we saw her at the US Women's Open last year. Was that last year already?
It was last year.
Well, very well. Make a run at the TV show. Verity Crawley, a couple of shows here in 2017. Liz Culkin got herself a title, former collegiate standout at Nebraska. A new mother, Lindsay Boomershine. Getting back in the swing of things here after having a child, having an injury. confirm earlier the upcoming return of the 2015 PWBA Rookie of the Year, Stephanie Johnson. Definitely happening. Next event in Orlando, Florida.
Steph is an avid watcher of Extra Frame as well as a player. Keeping up, checking in. They should have a promotional campaign for Steph, like D Rose back in the day, their return. So a montage of her just training, getting ready.
Getting ready for the next injury. Right, that's how D Rose
You're
goes.
a hater.
That's how it works.
You're a hater.
I know some things.
You, sir, are a hater. You're worse than Silky Johnston.
There's probably a lot of those montages in Derrick Rose's career.
In fairness, though, they did run the return thing twice. And back in the pit. Oh, roll it, roll it.
Shot there for Crawley, but the 10 won't go. Denying her 4 in a row here. Waiting on some updated standings here. Again, we had one pair at least with 4 players. A little bit slower pace for them. After today's 2 6-game blocks, I have an update for you on PWBA.com. Additional goodies, I'm sure, on social media, Facebook and Twitter. And then back at it tomorrow. Not so bright and early. A little unusual.
You said not so bright and early?
Not so bright and early, right? Let's take a look at the schedule for the week. It's a little wacky, a little different than you're used to.
I think it's pretty early, guy.
Already?
Or maybe not.
I don't think tomorrow. I think it's the next day. But tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Oh!
11 a.m. local time. Emil's going to get some brunch before he comes in.
Folks, I just slapped it out. You have no idea what that means to life right there.
Qualifying round 3, 11 a.m. local, noon Eastern. 6 games. Then we cut the field down from 67 to the top 18 for round robin match play. That gets underway tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So 32 will cash, 18 will advance from the 67 player field. Match play continues bright and early. Go back to your sunrise setup here.
There we go. Saturday. Okay.
Saturday, match play round 2, 8 a.m. local, 9 a.m. Eastern. Stupowski whiffing the head pin, back-to-back frames on the left lane. Come sail away with me. Match play will conclude Saturday afternoon, followed by a Pro-Am. At that point, we'll know our 4 finalists for the live TV finals coming up Sunday at noon Eastern. If you're in the neighborhood, 4 TV shows that day, starting with the finals of this event, Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship. And then we'll have the TV shows for the Wichita Open, Lincoln Open, and Detroit Open. And those will air on CBS Sports Network throughout the month of July on Tuesday nights.
Say hello again to all of our viewers watching, wherever you may be watching from. Say hello to Yvonne Dunnett, always checking in. Brett Heim, getting a chance to watch one of his favorite players at the moment, Verity Crawley.
We have good news, some valuable information, something that the people actually want to hear. These are our standings after 8 games here in Green Bay. Kelly Kulick continuing to roll here. Looking forward to catching up with her after this round regardless, just to kind of see where she's at right now after the big win. Saw that on Tuesday night on the CBS Sports Network. But something she's been working toward since the return of the PWBA in 2015. A very emotional win. In case you haven't seen the video recap, check out the PWBA Facebook page. A tear-filled interview with Shannon O'Keefe, who got a chance to turn the tables a little bit. It was Shannon who had an emotional win back in 2016, and now she was on the other side of the microphone getting to talk to Kelly about her victory, so check that out. Anyway, Kelly bowling very well again this week here after the slow start. She leads the way at plus 212, followed by Malaysia's Shaidatul Hamidi at plus 164. Our defending champ, Claire Guerrero, getting some momentum here, 235, 222. She's third at plus 134. Followed by Esther Chia of Malaysia at plus 132, and Lindsay Boomershine at plus 132. Rocio Restrepo, we saw her make a couple of TV shows early in the season, picking up a victory. She is 6th at plus 113, followed closely by Lee Jane Sin of Malaysia at plus 112. Liz Colkin, here in our featured pair, is up to 8th place at plus 92. Shaolin Zulkifli of Malaysia at plus 91, and Amanda Green rounding out the top 5 or top 10 at plus 85. After 8 games, the cut number is Verity Crawley at plus 1. So averaging just over 200 for 8 games. Verity plus 1. Deandra Asbady moves up 1 spot. She's at plus 2. Cash number after 8, Miranda Panis of Canada. Minus 51 is the number. Minus 51. 32nd place for a check here as we near the halfway point of qualifying. want to check out the complete standings, feel free to do so. You can visit pwba.com/live. Check out a link to round 1 results, round 2, and even live scoring, so you can follow your favorite players across this 60-lane venue here in Green Bay. Just about done here on 35 and 36. Jody finishes with 211. Blahowski gets to 222. And Crawley can get to 225. Be a nice boost for her. Again, she is the number. +1 overall.
Liz Culkin about to step up, looking for a double. Is, of course, a champion on tour. The Topeka stop in 2015 during the relaunch year. Put in a lot of work in the offseason. Had some astounding accomplishments in the offseason as well, including an 890 and 879. Well, trying to earn that second title. Could it be a major? Oh, she's bowling well so far. Over again on the day, or excuse me, on the round. 92 over after 8 games. All right, so Golick again 211, Crawley 203, Pluhowski 222. Boomer Shine. They're Brooklyn in the 9th. And actually went through the nose and carried. That's a much better shot. High flush. and a 4-pin. Second shot and the 10th for Lindsay, but that'll be enough to put her, of course, in the 240s. All right, spare for Lindsay Boomershine, 245. Cortez will finish 189. She's had a heck of a run at the Queens 2 years ago in this building. All right, here's Liz Colkin. That one misses the head pin right. 1, 2, 4, 8. She'll need to take care of. Colkin's fill, 184. And game 3 is in the books. All right, Jody Westner, Bree McPherson, and Maria Jose Rodriguez will join us here, 35 and 36. Amanda Fry, Lee Jane Sin, and Liz Johnson. 37 and 38. And a first frame bucket here for Maria, who is in the midst of a pretty good season. On the PWBA Tour. She's already made one TV appearance. It's spare early, 13th on the points list. Or excuse me, looking at the wrong year currently. Still made one TV appearance though. That is correct. She is 6th. That's a big difference than 13th. That's where she finished last year. This year 6th, again on the points list through 7 events to date at the moment. Of course, the points leaders, Liz Johnson, Diana Zavjalova, Rocio Restrepo, Kelly Kulik, Shannon Pluhowski, and Maria Jose Rodriguez in 6th. Verity Crawley, Shannon O'Keefe, Clara Guerrero, Missy Parkin in 10th. Your top 10 in the points list. You go down to 16 essentially. We talk about the season-ending tour championship, Smithfield. Danielle McEwen, Daria Payok, Sherry Tan, Jen Higgins, Lee Jane Sin, and Brandy Branca. That's Branca 16th at the moment. Sherry Tan made a couple of TV shows while she was here, representing Singapore. It's very early in regards to who will fill out the 16-player list. There's 12 more spots available at the moment. So far, we have had 4 different winners on the PWBA Tour. Oh, give it a run there, Amanda Fry. How about that? Good way to get some count. Back to Maria Jose. In regards to the points list, she has made 5 match play appearances. She is tied for the lead in that category, which says a lot and why she is where she is on the points list, and that is 6th. Other players making 5 match play appearances: Diana Zavjalova, Liz Johnson, and Shannon O'Keefe. Shot there on this left lane for Lee Jane Sin. Ree from New South Wales, Australia. One country that has been represented here on the PWBA Tour. Dina Buxton and Caitlin Coleman were the first from Australia to bowl on tour this season. Several come out during the Queens. Ree is here now as well. I believe this is her second event. Rodriguez. There's Wessner there with a double. Rhea strikes in the third. Folks, I'm not going to beat around the bush with you here today. I mentioned earlier in round one, I'm a huge NBA fan. And so I'll be periodically checking in on the draft. First couple picks are, I'm expecting to kind of be chalk, if you will. So I'll be keeping an eye on it every now and then. Taking a peek. I'm more interested in who could get traded tonight as opposed to who could get drafted. Because even if a player is picked for a certain team at a certain point in the lottery, et cetera, they could be traded as part of a bigger deal. So that's always part of it. Pearson fouled. Just shake that frame off. To our left, we've got Deandra Asbady, Sandra Gongora, and Daria Payo. That's a pretty good cross. Players who certainly can and like to open up the lanes a little bit. I'll tell you, if you want to just watch physical games and admire them, be pretty good ones to watch as well. How about Jody Wessner? 4 in a row. No. She rings a 10. Jody has put in a lot of time and work. Even thinking about her previous years on tour prior to the hiatus, for example. A member of several Halls of Fame, I think 4 to be exact. Rodriguez back 10 pins here on the right lane. Let's take a look at the score, see if we've got our update in. Good shot there from Bree. Of course, you can follow along pwba.com/live. After 9 games, I think Matt may have even mentioned this now that I think about it, but Kelly Kulick atop the leaderboard plus 230. Lindsey Boomershine at plus 177 in second. CT Rockman is in third at plus 151. Shai Dottle Hamidi in fourth at plus 137. Clara Guerrero is fifth at plus 123. Shalyn Zulkifli in sixth at plus 121. Rocio Restrepo, sixth at plus seventh at plus 112. Amanda Green is eighth at plus 99. Lee Jane Sin is ninth at plus 96. Esther Chia is in 10th at plus 91. Lee Jane Sin. Tell you, Lee Jane and everyone from Malaysia. Just 4 events. This is their 4th and final, and then they will return home. But everyone's so personable. I think being this is essentially their 2nd year, of course, although they bowl minimal events, they are comfortable. I think no matter what, obviously it showed last year with just from their bowling. But off the lanes, conversational, always willing to chat, cool. Spare from Rodriguez. 18th place right now, Shannon Blahowski at +15. 32nd, Ali Ijams at -55. 32nd will get you a check. 18th will get you to match play. Pretty good shot there for Bree Pearson. Let's see if Jody Wessner dropping to 16th now after getting 9 games, +21. Struggling a little bit here in round number 2. 221, 167, 149. This would be a big game, and that helps. Jody also coaches Toledo women's team in the collegiate season. Game 4, 7 o'clock Central Time. Joey may have just missed out with me. He's a 10 pin. She makes it. Strike will give her 212. Sin looking for her first double. They'll have to wait till the 10th frame. That one's got a hook from Maria. Wow. That one got on the horse. .211 for Jody Wessner. Eighteen players will make match play this week. And we'll have 18 games of qualifying after tomorrow's round. Again, 11 a.m. We'll be back at it for the final round of qualifying before the top 18 determined. Beatty with a pretty solid game brewing here as well. She just can't turn a double into a triple. Tell you, there's one thing I like about Maria Jose Rodriguez. She doesn't, she really doesn't sugarcoat. She'll tell you exactly how she feels, and in a good, funny way. Game 5 coming up here. We'll have Christine Johnston, Linda Barnes, the round 1 leader, Esther Chia from Malaysia, and on 37 and 38, Katie Ann Saab-Schroeder, Miranda Panis, and Amanda Green. 198 clean for Lee Jane Sin. As Beatty doubles in the 10th frame to our left. She's in the 220s this game. .145 for Amanda Fry. Shot there for Liz Johnson. Let's see where Liz is in the standings. Liz is 21st, minus 13. Six under. Round 1, 7 under prior to this game. Takes a bite out of crime on that final shot there and shoots 211. Now down to minus 2. You would expect Liz to be there in the end in regards to making the match play cut. Again, that'll be tomorrow. All right, players making their way. As we get set for game 5. All right, the players are just about here, but while we have a few moments, wait for your delay. I'll go ahead and take a look at some PWBA vault history. And Michelle Mullen with the win here. Enjoy.
An even pin count would have been very big there had she struck. Michelle is going to need at least a spare and 7 pins.
See how all the people in the crowd are studying the score.
Wasted no time.
Well, that's it. That's it for $18,000.
I'm surprised she didn't know. Did you hear her turn around and go, did I win?
Well, she told us all week she was ignoring her standings, but just had a sense.
Yes.
Well, here, that sense has to come through, and the good luck charm pays off one more time.
Wow, I'm talking about patience here. Things were not going Michelle's way for the first 5 frames. The breaks definitely were going towards Cheryl Daniels, and what a turnaround. She hung in there. She didn't let it bother her mentally. Really, what a wonderful finish.
Well, that's good sportsmanship there on the hardwood. One more ball, the fill ball to remain. And with Cheryl Daniels $9,000 in second place, you can almost guarantee that will not win her the bowler of the year this year. 202 to 189. A very exciting finish.
All right, fans, that was Michelle Mullen and her victory in the 1995 Samstown Invitational of a PWBA Vault Series. Now back to live action. We're at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Bill Williams Jr., Matt Cannizzaro, Linda Barnes, Esther Chia, and Christina Johnston. To our right again, Miranda Panis, Amanda Green, and Katie Ann Sopp Schroeder. Christine Johnston. Pretty good shot. She's kind of able to get her ball just kind of flow through the heads, which is something that I always wanted to learn how to do. Always had a more of an end over end. I shouldn't say that. More of a forward roll. It's always going to admire people who could just literally get the ball and just kind of float through the heads. I had a problem with that. All right, Sop Schroeder. Front four. Over to our left, we've got Christina Zerbinski, Diana Zavyalova, who said hello, by the way, to Miss Zavyalova, if she is watching. She said hello in passing in round one, but Mike was down. So make sure I say hello on her behalf. And Summer Jasmine there on 33 and 34. Over on 39 and 40, Kelly Kulik, Nicole DePaul Miller, and Brittany Smith. And a 4-pin for Esther Chia. Malaysia, since their arrival in the States here during this stint, they actually went to Southern California to practice a little bit before going to Wichita, and then have since driven from Wichita to Lincoln, and then I believe they flew to Detroit. And I believe we're going to fly to Chicago. And I think drive up to Green Bay, which would make sense in that regard, because then obviously they can go from Chicago, utilize O'Hare essentially as an international airport, of course, to begin their trip back to Malaysia. Johnston from Canada. Pan is from Canada as well. Another 4-pin for Chia. Esther with back-to-back 4-pins, one now on each lane. Shot there from Amanda Green. be a very good week here. It's off to a good start for Amanda. Someone who possesses all the talent in the world. Mentioned the PWBA champion. She demolished the Lincoln Open in 2015, led it wire to wire. It's bowled pretty solidly overall up to this point. And working toward a law degree at this point as well, so a lot going on and for Amanda, and trying to make sure she does the job here on the PWBA tour. And now a wrap 10 for Esther Chia. So I'd imagine you get that 4-pin, 10-pin reaction. There may be a ball change potentially on the way. That time Amanda Green able to chop the 10-pin out. And A. Green now with a double here. Frame 6 and 7. To our left, second double for Zavyalova, but she got something to tip the 5. Wasn't Brooklyn. It was just a very light pocket hit. But Katie Ann Schroeder has thrown some really good shots. Missed the 5th frame. It was a 6 count. She's wrapped a couple 10 pins here. Game 5 of 6. The end is near for the first day of qualifying at the Players Championship, sponsored by GoBowling.com. Speaking of GoBowling.com, some big news coming out of Bowl Expo today. GoBowling.com with the Bowling Proprietors Association of America. GoBowling.com will title sponsor of the PBA Tour. So congratulations, GoBowling.com and the PBA on a good partnership and a trip for, finally, something goes down for Esther Chia. So, of course, we thank GoBowling.com for their sponsorship of the PWBA Tour. Title sponsorship of this event. Certainly good to see them, of course, not only on board with us, but as well with the PBA also. So if you're, of course, interested in learning more about that partnership, again, GoBowling.com will be the umbrella sponsor of the Go Bowling PBA Tour between December of 2017 and July of 2018. You can read all about that. Read all about that on PBA.com. Big thanks to Kathy Kavicki coming through in the clutch, providing some nice pick-me-ups here. Pretty good pairing what's going on over on 37-38. A lot of good shots being thrown. There's some strikes being put up on the board. Another good shot there from Miranda. Panis now with 5 in a row. She is in the 250. Stop Schroeder. Still can get in the 240. She'll need a double to do so. And a 3-6-10. Barnes takes care of the 2-4-5. Nicely done there for Miranda. Struggling this round. At a round 2 of -118 before that. So that is certainly much needed. They're going +23. in round number 1. She went 145, 181, 182. The first 3 games. Let's take a look at your 10-game update. As we talk about scores, Kelly Kulick +210. Lizzie Boomershine in second at +174. Amanda Green is in third at +148. Esther now with 3 in a row. Making the subtle necessary adjustments to get some carry. She's been good on the light hits. So sometimes that's what needs to be done. A Green in the 10th frame. No. 3, 6, 7, 10. Makeable, but certainly not what she was looking for. Shot there from Linda Barnes. And back to your scores. C.T. Rockman in 4th +138. Shaidal Hamidi 5th at +129. Lee Jane Sin in 6th at +94. Shalyn Zulkifli in 7th at +89. 4 Malaysians. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Rocio Restrepo 8th at +88. Clara Guerrero in 9th at +85. Esther Chia in 10th at +73. Liz Colkin is 11th at +70. Sabrina Davis is 12th at +65. And an open in the 10th for Amanda Green. She'll have to settle with 213. Josie Ernest Barnes in 13th at +52. Chia now 4 in a row. Natasha Roslin, that one was high flush, +45. Brittany Smith in 15th at +36. Jody Wessner is in 16th, holding strong here, +32. Deandra Asbeatty, she was 18th for a while, moved up a spot, +28. Jody Golick at +24. She is 18th. cut line, or excuse me, the cash line is 32nd, minus 59. Your cut line again 18th for match play. 6 more games tomorrow. That is your after 10 update. See where Amanda Panis at minus 95, struggling this block, but that 259 certainly helps if she can climb back into contention for a capture spot at the moment. Esther Chia, after going 4-pin, 4-pin, 10-pin, now has rattled off 4 consecutive. Linda Barnes to 193. Christine Johnson shoots 152. Mr. Chia in the 10th frame. Did not like it. Leaked it a touch right. Just leaves the shaker 7. High flush for Zavyalova. She shoots 225. Final game will feature Debbie Ayers, Shannon O'Keefe, Samantha Kelly, and Tanya Rao-Mimper. First time we'll see them on our featured pair. Or excuse me, first time we'll see them on 35 and 36. Allie Ijams, Ashley Galante, and Stephanie Martins will join us on 37 and 38. Well, folks, if you are in the area, certainly encourage you to come on out. 3.5 hours away from Chicago. A couple hours from Milwaukee. Can't make it during the week. Sunday, 4 TV shows for you. First one will be live. It's the Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship. Wichita Open, Pepsi PWBA Lincoln Open, and of course the PWBA Greater Detroit Open. All will be taped. Certainly would love to have you there at 226 for Esther Chia. You can join us tomorrow. I'll be happy to have you. We have a core tailgate going on outside. Goodies, giveaways, opportunity to win VIP seating. And some logoed merchandise from the core as well. If you are certainly a bowling super fan, come on out. To learn more about the core, visit bowl.com/thecore. And if you happen to be or thinking about, hey, what is the core? Well, not only will bowl.com tell you, but some things we talk about, utilize the throwbot of Earl. We ask Earl some questions, things that we utilize Earl to find out. Some good insight with Team USA coaching staff members, for example, Coach Ross, Ross. I'll give you more examples. You can hear from some folks who are part of the core right now. Again, bowl.com/thecore.
By watching those videos, I got the complete behind-the-scenes view of Tim Mack talking to the pros out here and getting everyone comfortable in the practice sessions, and Tom Doherty with his socks and everything. I really felt like I was experiencing the event firsthand by those videos, so it was really insider information. It was very exclusive.
Even though it's, for some people, it might be just an in-live, backstage look to things, if you take the right things out of it, I think it can be really educational. To watch Kelly live was probably my favorite part. I've met her in the past, but to watch her bowl live was super fun for me.
For a piece of history, young man. $10,000 bonus. You better believe it, he did it! A perfect 300 game for Francois Lavoie.
There's always those defining moments in your life that you remember, and they can be good and bad. And it's like your first 300, your first 800, winning your first tournament. Back in the 90s, I watched one of my best friends win 100 grand at the Super Hoinky. And so up until then, that might have been the best moment of my life. But tonight, this was something you'll never forget.
It was wonderful to watch. I can't believe I was here. I don't even have words for it. What an experience.
If you want the information and are into bowling, then I think you should sign up for it.
I think everybody should go join the Corps. If you want to come do things like this, the only way to do it is to join the Corps.
We are watching Game 6, the Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship, and LA iJams. Oh, a nice double. Stephanie Martins looking for 6 in a row. She's got to get some help. Galante looking for a double as well. Really good shot, and she wraps a 10 pin. All right, good frame for Stephanie. Believe everyone, nope, maybe not. Just one pair still with frame to go in game number 5. Hello to any of our new viewers. Hello to those who have been watching throughout the day, both round 1 and round 2. To our left, Missy Parkin, 174 in the 8th, on a strike in the 9th. Jen Higgins has 3 in a row. Sabrina Divis, after the good start, opens in the 8th frame. Now iJams leaves a 3-pin. Divis is up, 9th frame, on 33, and she strikes. that one from here. Dasha Kovalova leaving a nasty 8-pin about 6 lanes away. Donald Hamidi with the front 6. He had the front 8 earlier, I believe. Front 7 at least. And a 7-pin. She shot 300 in a group step ladder final last year in Wichita, of course, to make the Wichita Open TV finals. High jams. It's hard this game. 9 spare, 8 spare open. Split. 9 spare in the 4th, then a 3-bagger. Allie is currently in the cashier's cut area after 10 games. Though she is minus 46 on the day, or excuse me, in round 2, just in round 2, minus 46. Three-step. Good shot. That was a heck of a shot there. Getting it done on the right lane, dealing with the ball return. Lanes upcoming here in our feature pair to be 35 and 36. Which means 27 and 28. We'll finish around the same time, 35 and 36 will also. So we'll have bowling for you to the end of the round, no doubt. .190 for Galante, very solid 212 for iJams. All right, Martins had some hiccups in frame 7 and 8 and can still get to 236. She'll need all 3 in the 10th to do so, but she'll take 230. Good shot. All right, she'll get into the 220s. .224 for Martins, and our attention now on to 35 and 36. All right, Tanya Raumemper against Samantha Kelly. Here is Kelly. Fifth arrow. And a washout. Sabrina Davis 201, Parkin 210. Higgins 203. To our left, they are done. But unlike again in a normal standard event, they will all be returning tomorrow. Boy, Shy Dottle went front 6, 9 spare, and then split. It's like washout and then split. Final 3 frames for 212. That is a tough one to end on. All right, Shannon O'Keefe coming up here. O'Keefe is plus 54 here this round. Nice shot there for Shannon in the 3rd frame. All right, after 11, scores have dipped a little bit here. Lindsey Boomershine now the overall leader at plus 189. Kelly Kulick at plus 181. Amanda Green was 3rd at plus 161. C.T. Rockman was 4th at plus 136. Shidal Hamidi was 5th at plus 120. Shallon Zulkifli at plus 111. Rocio Restrepo was in 7th at plus 104. Esther Chia was in 8th at plus 99. Liz Culkin was in 9th at plus 71. Clara Guerrero 10th at plus 67. Tasha Roslin was 18th, plus 30. 32nd, tie for 31st actually. Katie Sutphin and Brianna Cote at minus 69. Well, this right lane for Sam so far here. Washout and now 2.45. Kelly Kulick shot 249. Mentioned her in the standings. So she very well could be the leader. So at the moment, unofficially at plus 230. Lindsay Boomershine. The current leader can get to 244. She's got an 8-pin advantage over Kelly in the standings, so keep an eye on that. Checking that out via the live scoring here at the Bowling Center. Link available. PWBA.com/live. Debbie airs after the open in the fourth. She leads at 6-10 here. So Kelly going to her good lane so far. Although she didn't strike, it continues to be her good lane. Great reaction from where she is on the left lane. She takes care of the single pin. Tanya Rao-Mimper. Tanya struggling. Minus 136 after 11 games. And a 2.45. That right lane. 2.45s and washouts. Mimper now. Kelly has left it. Shannon Pluhowski shot 263 on the end here. So for Pluhowski, with moved into 19th, or had moved up to 19th, excuse me, bad 63. She's up to plus 91. That might be in the top 10 after round 2 is complete. Ball change for Kelly. And finds the right reaction. She gets them all to fall in the 6th frame. Good ball change there for Samantha. Jen Holstenberg had a chance to remain, or excuse me, Lindsey Boomershine. Although Leanne did shoot a very nice 237, despite the open in the 10th. So Lindsey Boomershine has doubled. And the 10th frame. And now all 3 in the 10th. So Lindsey Boomershine with 244. She is unofficially at plus 233. And right now, I believe she will remain the leader. All right, now that Kelly has got something on the right lane, she's on her good lane. And no love on the 10. She's throwing 2 different balls, 1 on each lane. A pretty good shot there from Tanya. She tried hard there. She's just going to open the hand at the bottom of the swing. So leaving a 245 a few frames before on that lane. Good shot from O'Keefe. That's a much needed double for her. First double of the game. Still some bowling going on, 2 hours left, but none within our reach. So after 35 and 36 is complete, we will wrap up coverage here on Extra Frame for today. That time, Sam just looked like maybe she just missed that one right a little bit. Ball wanted to react. You saw it down lane, just a few boards right of where she needed it to be. Ayers leads the 10 pin. Kelly this time takes care of the 245. O'Keefe looking for 3 in a row. 15 minutes past 8 o'clock Central Time. Appreciate you all joining us and sticking with us throughout the day. Ayers takes care of business. All right, O'Keefe, the 2-time national champion here in 2017, the national champion coach, McKendree. Wow, she leads 245. It's right lane, I'm telling you. There is a little spot down lane. She hit that spot. More than likely to leave a 2-4-5. Good carry for Raul Mimper. He's trying to get to 235. It's been a popular spare here on this pair, this game, the 2-4-5, as O'Keefe takes care of it. And Samantha Kelly, now she went from the ball she switched to on the right lane, then threw that one on the left lane, and that one overreacted just a tad. Leave something makeable. It's one of those games where you just work extremely hard, try to get something consistent. See Josie Ernest Barnes down there doing some striking in the 10th frame. A little bit outside there for Ayers. See where what Josie maybe doing here. Looks like she might have doubled essentially to save a high 190, which is important. That's exactly what she did. She can strike out for 197. She's on lane 28, and she'll take it. 197. 192 on that pair for Kayla Pashina. Robin Renslow can strike out for 195. Good shot from O'Keefe. First one in the 10th frame, 161 in the 9th. She can get to 191. Speaking of 190s. Don't forget, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern, is when we will start round 3 of qualifying. Big double for O'Keefe. Husband Brian, Junior Team USA head coach, going through his first Junior Team USA training camp this week. Well, he is in Arlington, Texas at the International Training and Research Center. Raul Mimper. A shot. Cracks a bit of a smile. Long day for Tanya, but you never know. 6 more games where that can get you tomorrow morning. 10 pin for Shannon. And 190 to end game 12 overall. And a late break on the 7. Talk about much needed. Nice shot there for Debbie. That 7 pin just will not fall. Raul Mimper to end her day, hopefully on a high note. She's got 5 in a row. How about 6? And that dreaded 2-4-5 on this right lane. Nonetheless, 232. Ayers takes care of business. Samantha Kelly, this right lane has been tough on everyone here, including her. Just has been able to put the strikes together through some pretty good shots. Airs. 166 for Debbie, and Samantha Kelly will have the final 2 shots of round number 2. Well, don't need to say it too many more times on that one. As you can see, what the right lane has provided these players in this game. .169 for Sam Kelly. That's one of those games where she certainly bowled better than the score does say and give off the impression of. But that's the end of round 2, folks, as you hear the voice of Tournament Director and Director of Operations to Neil Milligan. And, of course, the fans letting them know, be safe. What time we start tomorrow? Again, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern. We'll have qualifying, round 3 of qualifying. We'll cut to the top 18 after that, and then tomorrow night we will begin match play at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Long way to go, though, so we appreciate it. So until tomorrow, folks, enjoy your night. It's relatively early, so hopefully you get out and about, do some cool things. If not, you're probably at home because you got to work in the morning, and that's okay too. So hopefully you'll join us a little bit at work tomorrow. Be safe tonight. For Matt Cannizzaro, to Neil Milligan. For Tennille Milligan, Kathy Kavicki, Kathy Waka, and Jason Thomas. This is Emil Williams Jr. saying so long for now. You are, and we're watching the 2017 Go Bowling PWBA Players Championship live on Extra Frame.